Pro quality, entry-level price. This is the Canon 16-35 f4, and let's see how good it handles in 2025. This lens got released 11 years ago. For the quality of what it offers, it's still hitting really good. For the price that you can get it, you cannot match this. It's a pro lens for entry-level prices, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video. One of the many benefits of an ultra-wide like this is that you get ultra-wide angles, meaning that you can get stuff wider than usual or a wider vision, let's say, while you don't have to go as back as this camera is. I mean, as this lens that I got is a 70-200 by Sigma, so I have to be a couple steps away. So like one of the many benefits is that now I'm closer, you know, now I can get close in comparison to where it was before. I was around here. Yes, I'm on flip-flops at my house, but yeah, I was around this distance with this chunk of a lens here. So it's one of the great benefits of having an ultra-wide is that you can be way closer and still have the full picture. You know, I can do this, right, and you still see a lot. But one of the many benefits is that this is like a 35, which it's a good angle. It's usually like one of the standards to get portrait stuff. So you can use this for landscapes, architecture, but also you can use it for portraits and vlogging, right? So that's one of the many benefits of a lens like this. As a pro series lens, you get pro materials, you get weather sealing capabilities, you get also better materials on it, meaning that you can stand more hits, more dust, and some drops of water. It's not like you're gonna dip the lens in a bucket and expecting it to be alive, or just slam it and expect it to be alive. Just remember, this is a still glass and it can be delicate, but it can handle it a little bit more in comparison to regular consumer lenses or even more affordable lenses. One of the benefits too of an f4 is that it's a little bit smaller, it's a little bit lighter in comparison to the 2.0 counterpart of the same lens. This one has a image stabilization, which is amazing because you can like do stuff like this. You can carry the lens with your hand, and let's say I'm just gonna walk it, you know, walk it with a stabilization on, right? And now I'm gonna walk it with no stabilization on. As you may have already seen, you see the difference between having a stabilized lens and not stabilized. Also, aside from being lighter and having stabilization, this lens has been f4 is a little bit slower than the 2.8, and it may give you some issues at night, but not really, because it's just one stop, meaning that you can counter that with either increasing your ISO or slowing a little bit more the shutter speed. But to be honest with you, one stop is not the end of the world. You do not need that much bokeh or bokeh, how you may call it, to have a good looking picture. At the end of the day, it's a great lens for a great price. You can find this for less than $500 or even less, maybe $350 if you know how to look for it. Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, KEH, MPB, even Adorama, you may find it that cheap. I'm not sure, stuff can change, but to be honest, it's a great lens for beginning your pro journey, let's say. I'm not a pro, but it's an L series lens and it should be a pro lens. In regards to image quality, this lens has great quality glass, meaning that it will give you great quality image. Every lens, or most of the lenses, they will behave the best at 5.6 to f8. Usually if you go to the lowest, that means to the widest aperture, it may have some quality issues, such as not being as sharp, also may have some color fringing. It may not be the sharpest, but this, even at f4, it's not the widest, but it's still sharp edge to edge, and I have no issues with it. Image quality will be amazing with this lens. And yes, it may not give you like the 2.0 bokeh that you may be looking for, but you can just zoom it in a little bit and it can get you some compression in the back, meaning that the more compression, the blurry it will look. As you may see from the 70-200 or the other kind of zoom in lenses, they do not need to be 2.8, 1.8, even 2.0 to have good background blur. So that's something to consider as well. You can just zoom it in with the lens and not post-processing. It can be done post-processed, but you know what I'm trying to say. As you may already see, the Autofocus is working fine, it's working great. I cannot get as close because the lens has a little focus distance like every other lens do. This is not a macro lens, meaning that you will be able to close up on the lens and it will be able to focus on it. So just keep that in mind. It's a 11-year-old lens. It's more than 10 years old, of course. But yes, it's a great vlogging lens. It's a great traveling lens. It's lighter. You can carry this anywhere else with your mirrorless camera or even your DSLR if you still have it. But yeah, to be honest with you, great lens, can't complain, gives me everything that I'm looking for. Affordable, great quality, pro quality, weather sealing, and what else can I ask for, you know? So just think about it. If it's worth for you, it is for me. For the use that I give it, yes. I've been using this for a while. It's my main lens on my camera anyways. It's not that I have a lot of lenses, but that's one of my favorite ones. The autofocus motors, they're really quiet. I don't even hear them, and I will not even try to find them. Find the sound. And look, I'm just using this lavalier mic. It will not pick it up. Even if you use a shotgun mic, it will definitely not pick it up. It has a great manual focus wheel. I don't know how you call it, but it's good, it's smooth, nice to use, feels good. Again, feels good. Yeah, autofocus, top notch. I'm on focus right now. If I get closer, it may not be as focused, right? Oh, yes, I'm focused. Oopsie daisy, it's better than I thought. It's a pro lens. How about that? So this being a EF lens instead of the RF mount lens, you will need an EF to RF mount for the Canon mirrorless cameras. Just think about that. You will need a mount for any other lens mount that is not EF. That's one of the weaknesses as well, which will make this lens a little bit bigger than it has to be, which I do not like. If you need more compact and want to be up to date, you can just go and get the RF or any other mount or an adapter. So it's up to you. You can get the RF mount, f4, 16-35, or even the 2.8, or you can just get the adapter and work with it. I don't mind. I have no issues. My camera is light enough already. So it would be nice to make it more compact, but it's more than 10 years old. For the time, it was good. It's a pro lens once again. Okay, so the pros and cons of this lens. It's sharp from corner to corner. It has a solid build quality, with weather sealing. It's image stabilized, which is amazing for night shots and even handheld recording. Great for video with the great autofocus that it has, plus the image stabilization like I mentioned before. It works great for DSLR cameras and even mirrorless. Just keep in mind that you will need an adapter. And it's way cheaper than the f2.8 version, which you can find for even $350, while the 2.8 it's around $500. The cons of this lens is not the best for low light, but it's expected since it's an f4, but you can fix that up with either adding more light to your shot or even increasing your ISO or even getting a slower shutter speed. It's also kind of getting harder to find used ones since they are getting bought by many people. But now with the advancing technologies, people would like to have the latest and greatest, so you can kind of find it. And the bokeh is not the blurriest in the background. Just keep that in mind. It's f4, especially wide angle. Now the question is it worth it for you? Do you need an ultra wide lens? Do you need to take photos of landscape, of a good amount of people in a small room? Do you need to have it closer to you? Do you need to capture everything in the whole frame, if you know what I'm trying to say? Yes, if that's the case, yes, this is a great ultra wide lens. There are many other options like third parties such as Tamron, Sigma, and other brands that you may have heard of. I do recommend this lens. It's a little bit old, but its quality can hit up there with the other ones. Once again, it's a pro lens for entry-level price. That's something that you may want to think about. If it fits your budget, go for it. If not, you can just save a little bit more and get the 2.8 if you need that low light performance. You can fight against it by putting the higher ISO, slower shutter speed, but it's up to you. You gotta think about this. But yeah, I will recommend it. I will take it. I already have it. And I cannot complain. I do not regret this purchase. One of the best purchases I've done with my camera, or in the camera world, let's say, so far. And yeah, first pro lens, might keep it for who knows how long, or who knows if I'll switch it. But so far, I love it and I recommend it. As it gets darker, now you see how the F4 is starting to fall back on the light department. But you can easily counter that by just increasing your ISO. If you're recording, of course. If you're taking pictures, you can also lower your shutter speed and increase your ISO. So you can, balance it out. So if you go up a little bit on your ISO, this is how it would look. Yeah, it's clearer, it's brighter. That's the word, it's brighter. So yeah, that's how you can fight off the low light capabilities of this lens. Yeah, now that we're in a darker room, we just raise the ISO. It's gonna take a while to get up there, but you see, it's more grainy. It's not that, 2.8 is gonna save you from darkness, but if I just go ahead and boom, get lighter, there you go. You just need to raise the ISO a little bit higher than a 2.8. Not a big deal. Just get yourself more light and help yourself with the sensor that your camera has. So that's the only thing. That's how you can fight the low light weakness of this lens. Okay. Lola. Bang. Okay.